The Florida Coalition Against Domestic Violence has been a part of the Delta Project since 2002. It's been an amazing experience for our organization, for the work that the member centers are doing. In the beginning of that grant, we did a lot of work around capacity building, learning what primary prevention was, learning how to integrate that work into what we were doing and into the work of communities. So we talk a lot about engaging non-traditional partners outside of those that we've worked with for many years in the domestic violence movement, such as education partners, faith-based partners, culturally and linguistically specific organizations, and many, many others. And those organizations are really the backbone of this work.
Primary prevention means that you want to stop the violence before it starts. And in order to reduce violence, prevent violence, and change societal norms around why violence occurs, it takes a community effort. And these collaborations with our community partners make sure that we have different sectors with the same message working in their communities, working within their workplaces to make violence unacceptable. It really centers around our prevention model, which is the social ecological model. When Delta first started, it was really focused on individual and relationship levels, but the purpose of Delta Focus was to expand our strategies to make sure we're getting that community and societal level change.
We partner with individuals that are in the law enforcement field, so school resource officers. We partner with individuals in the healthcare field, so we've worked with our school-based nurses, and then of course we work with youth. And we try to get as many community partners and individuals involved, so there's a lot of parental involvement in our programs as well.
We cannot do this alone. We cannot do this as our small team. And the reality is we all are invested in this community, and so we need everybody in this community to be involved.
We partnered with the Arab American Community Center, and they work with a diverse amount of individuals and families, and so partnering with them and talking to the people that they work with on teen dating violence, so talking to parents, talking to their staff members, talking to the kids that they work with about teen dating violence has been really beneficial to Harbor House.
When you talk to them and explain to them, we prevent something bad coming out, as rape, as sexual assault, and we have to open-minded to talk to the parents. How is this done? And you as an imam or as a priest, it's your role in the community to come and talk to the families, the parents first, and then the whole family together.
Partnering with Orlando Police Department and their school resource officers has been phenomenal for Harbor House because as soon as they identify a student that's going through dating violence, they can contact Harbor House and we're able to refer them to safety.
By educating first responders so that we can know best practice for having those difficult conversations, it makes it a community response. And that's what we're looking for, a community response, because this is a community problem. So those relationships are so important because it affects all of us. This morning I was able to shadow the Delta Focus coordinator as she did a community presentation in one of the local high schools. And I was just beyond impressed with the complexities of the conversations that these youth are engaging in. They were engaging in prior to the coordinator and I coming into the classroom. They want to know what it is that they can do to prevent violence in their community. And that is amazing. That is what this project is about. The buy-in is there. They understand that this is not a minor domestic problem, that this is a major social issue. And we intend to do everything we can to make that desire that they have to be involved in prevention reality.
Allowing them and empowering them to make these decisions and to help influence the policy of the future, because they're coming into this community that has violence. They're coming into this community with with intimate partner violence. They're coming and seeing these in their own schools today, in their own communities. And at times they feel alone and helpless. So empowering them to be able to do this work, that way they continue doing this work so that they can take that power for themselves.
I think that there's a lot of underreporting that goes on with teen dating violence as well as domestic violence. And so we know that the problem is occurring in our community. Why not stop it? Why not be involved in trying to create a community that's free of violence for our families, for our children, so that they grow up in a world where violence is not tolerable, where violence is not okay, where healthy relationships are the norm.
On a state level, we work with Healthy Families Florida to collaborate with them to create a domestic violence training for their home visitors. Also, we created a webinar series to train the home visitors on gender equity and risk and protective factors that contribute to violence. We work with the Florida Department of Education to help school districts include information about teen dating violence in their health curriculum. We also created videos for school resource officers so they can recognize their role in preventing teen dating violence.
Without the grant and the funding opportunities that we've had, we wouldn't be able to impact as many teenagers and parents like we have in the last 5 years.
Violence prevention is imperative to us sustaining this community, and I think that everyone here knows that.
We have always put forth the notion that intervention work is just as important as prevention work and vice versa, that both are critical to the success of communities in really responding to the violence that has occurred but preventing it from ever occurring.